humble, meek, kind, and soft-spoken. These are just a few of the words that come to mind as I reflect on how beauty has been defined to me in the context of American evangelical culture. I wasn't raised in a typical Christian household, and I actually didn't become a Christian until my freshman year of high school. So naturally, growing up, my idea of beauty was largely influenced by the media. And more often than not, the girls in the magazines and on TV really looked nothing like me. So from an early age, I struggled a lot with insecurity, and I was never content with the way that I looked. I felt like I was always lacking, and I was never enough. And so when I did become a Christian, I had this crazy idea that somehow all of my insecurities would just magically disappear. But surprisingly enough, this is not the case. And actually, when I became a Christian, those struggles further intensified. I attended predominantly white suburban churches where there was a certain standard of beauty that was glorified and promoted. And again, I did not meet that standard. So I found myself conflicted when most of the women who spoke to us about beauty in our youth group were oftentimes already beautiful themselves, physically speaking. So as a Filipino-American woman in that church environment, I didn't feel like I had anyone at church that I could confide in about my frustrations. And I experienced firsthand the pain that came as a result of favoritism and partiality. So coming to Biola was really not all that different from my church experiences. And I strongly believe that a similar standard of beauty exists here as well. And whether we choose to acknowledge that or not, there are very real privileges that come with meeting that standard of beauty. And then at the same time, there's a very real sense of pain and frustration that comes with failing to meet that standard. And I look at the standard of beauty at Biola, and internal characteristics aside, I wonder what it is that sets our standard of beauty apart from a secular understanding of beauty. Or I wonder if we become so infiltrated by society's standard of beauty that we hold to a nearly identical viewpoint. So I was thinking one day, I'm quoting this from my Facebook status a few months ago. Here's the thought. Being beautiful does not have to mean being the acoustic guitar playing, Toms wearing, worship leading woman of God with a heart for Africa. Funny, right? But it's really true. Beauty can look a lot of different ways. And for myself, I've learned to aim for one standard, and one standard only. One in which Christ calls me to love and to celebrate all parts of my being. A standard of grace and not perfection. So yes, I am called to be humble, but I'm also called to exude confidence because I know who I am in Christ. And yes, I'm called to be meek, but I'm also called to speak up against injustice when I see it, both for myself and on behalf of those who can't speak for themselves. And as far as being soft-spoken, I've kind of thrown that one out the window because I've spent far too much of my life being silent, and my voice is a lot more valuable than I give it credit for. So I just want you to think about this, and this is something that a lot of students at Biola struggle with, so I just want you to ponder this. I am a broken girl whose brokenness has been redeemed by a God who makes all things beautiful. I'm Janelle, Paule, and I'm made in the image of God. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this message. Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Learn more at biola.edu.